What is going on, guys? QKnightZ here, and welcome back for another Call of Duty Zombies video. In today's video, we're going to be discussing DLC 4 and the likelihood of DLC 4 being an Egypt-based map, and also the possibility of an Eye of Horus wonder weapon. Now, I want to give a big shout out to the zombie Reddits where I saw this originally. There'll be a link in the description to the original post. Huge shout out to the guy who figured this all out and put all the pieces of the puzzle together. Definitely a big shout out to him. Definitely check out the original Reddit. Give it an upvote if you're a member over there. But anyways, guys, let's get into this. So most of us are very familiar with the Origins ending cutscene. And in this ending cutscene, we see Eddie and Samantha playing with a lot of items from past Zombies maps. We see the mystery box, we see Tank Dempsey as a toy, we see the Ascension rocket, the Panzer, all things like that. But also in the top left corner up above the bookshelves in this cutscene, we see the Eye of Horus. And I actually just learned about this thing back in my junior year. Just this year, we learned about I had an Ancient Egypt elective class, and we actually learned about this thing. Now, I'm going to read right off the Reddit just to describe this the best. But basically, this Eye of Horus was believed to have healing and protective power, and it was used as a protective amulet. It was also used as a notation of measurement for measuring ingredients in medicines and pigments, and it was divided into 6 parts, representing the shattering of Horus's eye into 6 pieces. And each piece was associated with one of the 6 senses and a specific fraction. Now, this guy in the Reddit, he seems to think this is going to be a main Easter egg quest, trying to find these 6 parts of the Eye of Horus shattered across the map for us to find and restore. Now, I think that is a very solid, at least it'd be part of an Easter egg quest. I really think this would turn into some kind of specialist weapon that you pull out. Maybe you can revive people from far away. Something like that that would, have a slow charge up time, something along those lines. But it definitely would be a very, very plausible wonder weapon of some sort. Now, he goes on to talk about H.P. Lovecraft. Now, H.P. Lovecraft, as you guys know, this whole Black Ops 3 storyline is heavily based around H.P. Lovecraft in general. We have the Cthulhu, all those things like that tied in with Shadows of Evil, and he actually did write a book called Imprisoned with the Pharaohs. Now, I had no idea about this before reading this Reddit, but I thought this was really, really interesting, and the story was actually about Houdini, the magician, the famous magician, being kidnapped by his tour guides on a trip to Egypt and being thrown into this deep, dark pit, and Houdini awakens at the bottom of this pit in this book, apparently, and he manages to free himself from the ropes he's been enclosed in, and he suspects that he's in a temple underneath the Great Sphinx of Giza, and he travels through the dark in an attempt to find an exit, and he finds a draft from the outdoors, and what he finds, actually, after heading further underground and falling down a flight of stairs, he witnesses an army of half-man, half-animal mummies, led by the ancient Egyptian pharaohs Khephren and Nitocris, leaving offscreens to a hippopotamus-sized, 5-headed tentacled beast that appears from a hole deep in the wall. Now, this just sounds like a boss fight to me. This just gives me the vibes of a huge boss fight in DLC 4. All of this thing really closes together nice, and if you guys remember in the very first teaser trailer of Black Ops 3, I'm sure a lot of you guys remember this because everyone made videos about it. There was a frame where there were coordinates to Cairo, which is 30 minutes away from the Pyramids of Giza. Again, this is all coming from this Reddit post, but most of this stuff I actually knew, but I hadn't really put the pieces of the puzzle together, and this guy was smart enough to do so. But basically, you guys remember this. I'll show a picture up on screen. There were coordinates on the screen to a bunch of different places. In one frame, there was the number 115, the number 935, and coordinates to Cairo in Egypt. Now, I think this is an awesome theory. Huge shout out to this guy. Definitely check out the original Reddit post. If you could leave this video a thumbs up, I would definitely appreciate it. We're going to shoot for 200 likes as per usual. Thank you for the support on the last video. It was absolutely amazing. I just love doing YouTube in high school. I have to say, this hobby is very, very fulfilling. So thank you guys so much for making this a success for me. About 6 or 7 months in, and we're at almost 15K. So thank you guys so much for that, and I'll see you tomorrow with a brand new video. Peace out.
Well, I think that I'm through with the girl I thought I knew, but I guess